Wright. I teach over at Abraham Lincoln High School.
And what do you think are the critical issues for teachers in public education in San Francisco?
I think that San Francisco is becoming more and more unaffordable, and I would love to be able to stay here, to be able to support my family here, and it's becoming more and more of a challenge to do so. So we're here to try to get support for teachers so that we can live in the communities that we work in.
Rents are skyrocketing. Our pay has been the same for like 8 years. No raises for 8 years. Yeah, because of the past budget. Lots of roommates, that kind. It's outside the city. It's very hard. Yeah, the rents are crazy now.
And the board seems to have a hard line against giving you a salary increase. Why is that? And it seems like a lot more money is coming in the school district.
Well, yeah.
The welfare in San Francisco.
It's hard to understand. I'm not on the negotiating team, so I don't know the details of what's going on. But that's part of why we're here, is just because we want to, encourage more percentage of the funds to go to the classrooms and not to administrative and other projects.
What do you teach?
I teach math at Lowell High School.
Yeah! Jones. And I've been working for the district for 28 years. We haven't had a raise. It costs too much to live in this city. Twitter needs to pay their fair share. We need to have better wages for teachers and paras, 8 hours for paras. A lot of us have had to move out of the city because it's just too expensive, and we do great work for the children.
Why isn't the Board of Education respecting you? I mean, more money.
I'm not sure, but they should really open their eyes and ears and pay attention, because we're not going home and we're going to be out here every time.
Are you going to strike if you have to?
That, I don't know until I talk to my colleagues.
And what are the conditions in the classroom?
The conditions in the classrooms, we need more money, we need better books and supplies and manipulatives. We're doing all we can, but it's fairly hard. As much money as this city makes, education seems to be the last thing.
Son,
Is your son?
support our teachers, support. My name is Claudia Tirado. I teach at Fairmount Elementary School. I've been teaching for 14 years, and it's time we get a raise. We've given our furlough days. We've been on the rainy day fund with the city for years, and finally it's time. It's time for a living wage in San Francisco.
But I can't pay rent with love. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like the district isn't paying the teachers and paying them like professionals, and I think that needs to happen. This is my 4th year. I love teaching. I do love teaching, but yeah, I just would like some more respect from the district. I hope the union, I'm prepared to do whatever the union is gonna have us do. I think if they're not gonna treat us like professionals, we need to draw the line and we need to go on strike.
My name is Tobias Kane. I'm a 43-year employee of the San Francisco School District. And we're out here today because we have certain issues that need to be addressed within the field of education and its workers. Our number one issue is that we're being priced out of living in San Francisco by not getting, a decent salary. And as we know it, people at the board, they're getting their raises as per, their contract. We're promised certain things that never happened, but aside from that, we never received a raise in quite some time. So along with that, we're battling the issue of dealing with kids in the school that have increased problems, and it's just, harder work, and we're not getting to pay for it. I don't know.
Bullying? I mean, is there a problem with bullying, harassment?
Oh, there's a problem of bullying across the board in the schools, but we expect bullying with kids, but we're also having bullying done by administrative staff who's bullying like workers in the school. And, in a sense, the board is bullying its workers because, they're not doing the right thing by us. you know, and that's this form of bullying too. You know, they just shove us out into the workforce and expect miracles, and you know, then they expect us to come home and to scrounge around to, you know, put food on our tables and pay our bills and rents and stuff like that. And it's kind of atrocious. You know, they want a stable worker in the schools, but they're not doing something that's conducive to having us being stable. You know, we're fighting too hard to live, and then they have to get up and educate children and teach them how to behave. So we're here today in solidarity to let the district know that enough is enough, and we deserve to be able to live within the city that we work in, and we need our just wages and promises upheld.
I'm a public school teacher and I'm running for insurance commissioner in the state of California. I'll be on the ballot on June 3rd.
Thank you.
I'm running on a platform of healthcare for all, for every single individual in this state and really in this country. And the question of healthcare for teachers is huge right now. I mean, I just as a single mother pay hundreds of dollars every month. And so for teachers and our families, the idea of getting full, free, quality healthcare is a huge issue. But it's not just about teachers, it's about people, and we care about people, and we think people should have the right to healthcare. There are people in this city, people in this state who have a huge amount of money, and we are suffering to get healthcare, to get housing, to get the basic needs. They should be paying. They take money from us as workers, and the people who work for them, they should provide the money for us to have rights to healthcare and housing and education and all the things that we need.
Purist, special day class teacher, and you know, I just finished graduate school to better my education and to be able to deliver great education to my students. And I think we need equitable pay, and we need to be acknowledged as vital members of society. And so I think that this is a dishonor, the way teachers are being treated. So that's why I'm here, to stand in solidarity with other teachers and educators who deserve to get a pay to allow them to stay in the city and to live in the city in decent standards.
My name is Shane Hoff. I'm here today representing United Transportation Union 1741. We are the San Francisco school bus drivers, and we stand behind UESF, the teachers and the paras 100%, and we're here to tell the Board of Education that that's where we stand.
I just want to pay rent. I have to live with like a lot of adults to do so, but that's okay. I like teaching in San Francisco. Mission High School. It's a great school, and we have a wonderful principal, but it's difficult to pay rent. I'm a paraprofessional, and paras have not gotten a raise for 6 years. So we're still working on wages that would have kept us in the city 6 years ago. Live with a lot of people. Bring lunch every day to work. Eat the school meals if there's any left over. So I think this is definitely important. I would say to those billionaires, hey, didn't you have teachers when you were in school? Everybody needs a teacher.
Becca Davis. I teach at a high school and a middle school here in San Francisco. And we are asking for a 21% raise. We are long overdue for a raise. We can't even afford to live in the city we teach, so this is a big problem.
And who do you think the board represents? Why isn't it giving you the kind of raise you deserve?
Well, we're hoping they're going to be reasonable. We're hoping that at the bargaining table they're going to be reasonable and give us the raise that we deserve.
And what does it mean for you personally?
I came from another district 2 years ago, and I took a huge pay cut. I'm making 2/3 of what I made in another district, so I know firsthand.
I'm a teacher at MLK. I work in the city. I've worked at the school that I'm at for 7 years, and during that time I've just seen that there's an overwhelming need that we have for more services for our students, and we need more paras in the classroom. And we need to support the paras that we do have with us at our school site. Some of the same benefits that the teachers do. They need to have regular hours, and they need to be supported in their benefits because more and more paras and teachers can't afford to live in the city, and we need to support them to be part of the community that they serve.
Do you have a music and arts program at MLK?
We certainly do not. We did, and there's a huge need for that. We did, but that was recently liquidated. The instruments that we fundraised for were given away to other schools. It's extremely unfortunate. The school that I grew up with in the suburbs, we had music, we had band, we had home ec, we had wood shop, so many services, so many programs that benefit our students, benefit young people. Those kind of opportunities are being taken away. My understanding is that it goes to upper management, to a lot of the administrators and consultants that never set foot in a classroom and never interact with the students that we serve. To me, the need is on the front lines of serving the students, working with them one-on-one, and that's not where the money is being spent. It's my understanding that 60% of the money that is budgeted to the school district is going to upper management consultants. I can't even tell you about the amount of consultants that have come through our school that claim they have a silver bullet, that are going to solve the problems for behavior and for the students feeling disenfranchised. Meanwhile, we have 30, 35 plus kids in the classroom, and different consultants are coming through, and my understanding is that's where the money is going to.
Is this part of privatization of education? I mean, they have money for consultants and testing. They really don't have money for more teachers and counselors.
It seems like that. The people that are making the decisions, I think, are just out of touch, and I think the people that they are interacting with throughout the day are not in the classroom, and they're not supporting the students, sort of on the front lines. I'm just speaking about my personal experiences. I'm seeing a lot of consultants and I can't even tell you about how many different offices there are throughout the city filled with people, and I'm not sure what they're doing, and
they're not in the classroom.
They're not in a classroom.
Do you have counselors there at the school?
We do have counselors, but we don't have enough. The community that I serve on the southwest part of the city, I can't even tell you about how many funerals my students go to throughout the year and how much need there is for mental health workers at our school. That's where I see a massive need. And I think the counselors that are working at our school are overstretched. We need mental health workers. We need social workers. I think the population that we serve, the school site is a primary source of care for the community that we serve.
Here to support the teachers, one, to get a good contract so they can afford to stay living in the city that they serve, right? And two, to make sure that there's a housing policy which actually supports the workers who work for our city to be able to live in our city.
How workers afford to live in San Francisco? The average price about $800,000, $1 million, $2 million.
They can't afford to live in Oakland, forget about San Francisco. It's terrible. I think it's time to move back to having housing co-ops, which if you're gonna put in housing, let the people own the housing, let them buy, get them, figure out ways to fund the mortgage, get them built, and let the people who move in own them so that they can stay here and not have to worry about this kind of cyclical boom and bust that's going on.
Just here to get a fair contract for our pay so that we can continue to do what we love in a city that we love, because it's become difficult to do that. We all love teaching, and without a fair pay for that, it's going to be hard for us to continue living in San Francisco and teach.
And where do you teach at?
I teach at Sanchez Elementary School.
And what is the effect of no salary increases for 8 years?
I think more than monetarily, it's affected everyone's belief in themselves and their abilities, because we're professionals and we aren't being treated like professionals.
Okay. I'm Cheryl, and I teach at John O'Connell High School, and I have been a teacher in the district. This is my 12th year, so I taught for 7 years at Balboa. It's my 5th year at O'Connell, And so yeah, we haven't had a raise in 8 years. So my partner and I, who is also a teacher, he teaches at Balboa, we're one of the lucky ones. We got a teacher grant years ago, and we've lived for 6 years now in the same 500 square foot space. And we were hoping to maybe not live in that starter condo forever, but now we just feel lucky to have it because there's no possible way that we could move out and rent out our place and afford the rent anywhere else in the city, and we certainly wouldn't be able to purchase a place that's any larger. So that means that it's not reasonable for us to even consider having children and to continue to live and work in this city as teachers. And we both went to college and have both gone past college in our education, and we work really hard, and we think we deserve a wage wherein we can live and sustain in this city for as long as possible.
Well, there are 27 billionaires in San Francisco. It seems like some people are doing very well in San Francisco.
Sure does. It's not me, and it's certainly not my students who are crammed into large classes and don't have the resources that they need. So it's quite a shame. It doesn't feel like a wealthy city inside my school, that's for sure, and not inside my home.
Christian Geyser. Yeah, we're here to try to get basically restore what we were cut in the past. That's where we don't want more. We just want to restore. So that's so many of our educators can't even live in the city that we love, that we teach in. So we just want to have a chance at being able to really serve our students better.
Teachers that work here can't afford to live here. So it's kind of sad that you can't afford to live in the city that you work. It affects everyone. Yeah, we've given up a lot over the years, even when Schwarzenegger borrowed money from the teachers, we bend, we give, so we need something to give back to.
My name's Julia Kim, and I'm here as a teacher, here with my son, and I'm here. Well, I'm also here. We want to be able to live and service the community that I serve, and I've been a teacher now for 11 years, and a lot of my colleagues are getting evicted, nowhere to go, especially on our salary. We have not had a raise in years. Our rising healthcare costs. Everyone feels the pain, so I'm here to show support for myself, of course, advocate for myself and for my colleagues.
Well, San Francisco seems to be a very wealthy city for some people. They're doing very well. Why doesn't it come down to the teachers?
The building block of cities are nurses, police force, firemen, teachers, and we're just asking for a livable wage. Nothing more than to be able to, live in the city that we love and that we serve and to be a part of.
I'm an elementary advisor in the district, and I'm on the bargaining team. And I'm here because we want to make a statement to the board that we're very serious about bargaining this time. We have asked for a 21% raise. Our troops are demanding it. We deserve it. We as paraprofessionals in this district, we are so underpaid. We cannot make a decent living to even live here in San Francisco. I myself commute all the way from Pittsburgh, Antioch, and it's very costly. But you know what? We are very serious about the negotiation of this contract. It is time for us to get a fair and decent raise and a decent contract.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of money coming into San Francisco. Billionaires are now 27 billionaires.
So true, so true. And with the passage of Proposition 30, which our union was very instrumental in getting passed, there's money coming in with the local control formula funding. There's money. And so, we're here to make sure that the district do what's right. Well, that's to be seen. Who knows? We're currently bargaining, and like I said, we're here to make a statement tonight to the board members that, they need to get behind us and support the teachers and paras of San Francisco.
Is there an issue of bullying and workplace harassment of teachers and paras in San Francisco? At MLK, there was a purge.
We did hear about that, but one of the things I have to say is that In every school district, you're going to have a little bit of that. But one of the things we, the teachers and parents, try to work through our issues. We work together for the common good of the students. If any bullying is going on, it's from the administration level down. And you know what? I have to say I'm not privy to that. You might have to.
You know about the press conference the union against Martin Luther King?
You know what? In actuality, I heard about it. I'm familiar with that incident, but I think perhaps maybe that may be an isolated incident. From my perspective, we don't hear a lot of those type of complaints. You know, everybody is overworked, underpaid. We have extreme conditions in this district in terms of meeting the needs of the, we have so many homeless families in this district. You know, and so that creates problems for attendance, that creates problems for academic success, and so we spend a lot of time stressing over what we can do to make those conditions better.
Well, it seems like some of the teachers have been talking about a lot of consultants being in the classrooms. They have outside people coming in all the time.
You know, I have to say, as a paraprofessional, I've heard the different issues when they brought forward, but the bargaining team, we're constantly addressing that. You know,
are you addressing privatization?
Oh, most definitely.
How is privatization affecting?
Well, at this current time, to my knowledge, it's not one of our issues.
Charters aren't one of your issues?
No, it's not one of our issues.
Privatization is
yeah, it's an issue, but it's not the major issue for San Francisco Unified. For us, it's not even. It's not a major issue.
About your charters in San Francisco?
Of course we are, but you know, we understand as a union, you know what, hey, that's why we organize. We teach everyone to organize, you know, and we're not going to let anybody just come in here and privatize and take over what we've established in this district.
I had to support the teachers because we need much better money for them they can take care of our kids.
I'm a paraprofessional, and we need to get the cost of living raised for us because we are the lowest, and we need more money.
And how hard is it to live in San Francisco as a paraprofessional?
It is hard. It is hard. You need to have like 3 or 4 incomes coming in to live here in San Francisco. So we need that. We need that raise.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of billionaires in San Francisco.
It's a lot of billionaires, and you know what? They keep coming. They keep coming, but we're here to stay, and we're going to get this.
Maria.